yes. You want to show us that he has a boring life, idle life.
I want you to stay away from it.
It's just a toy.
It's a lot more
You know
than
that is right there.
There's more to life than your farm, Owen. Is he okay?
You don't care if he's
a kid.
okay.
My responsibility, Owen.
Well, I'm his uncle.
We talked about this. When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father. Anakin is dead. And I won't let you make the same mistake twice.
Careful, yes. She can recognize you.
There's a Jedi hiding on this planet. We
More
need
than
to
one.
know where he is.
This is the Outer Rim. You have no rights here. We're not under the Empire. If anyone knows anything about a Jedi,
He's not gonna say.
Families of no concern to
they
you.
might be. You got a Jedi on that farm too?
No.
Why should I?
Not yet.
I have no love for the Jedi.
You think you could protect them from me?
Tell me where the Jedi is, or this man and his family die.
Ew!
They failed you.
No, Obi-Wan, stay hidden.
There is no point in
Hidden.
protecting them.
Or maybe it's the time, for the other Jedi to come.
No! Do you remember anything? We watched what we do.
He prefers rewards, than punishments. To convince people, to follow them, to obey to them.
You are too impulsive.
I'm sick of wasting time.
But he's gone. And you won't find him. We spent
No,
the
it's
last
that
10
close.
years looking for him. What is it you think you will gain by capturing him?
When I'm old. Thank you, Owen.
Didn't do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything good today?
A trade ship and an Aquilian Ranger.
Probably scouting for pilots.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
The Empire is firmly lining some pockets.
There are still some issues. Slave labor, taxation of the outer
I
rim.
didn't come here to end slavery, man. I came to eat your food.
Oh! Hello, you.
You don't need manners when you're talking to a lower life form.
Then I guess I don't need
Oh, yeah,
manners when
yeah.
I'm talking to you.
You know the difference between you and me, cousin? I
You're
know.
more arrogant.
You know, my father says they never let you leave this planet. You're not even a real Organa.
You mean?
You're scared of him. You want him to like you, so you repeat what he says.
Uh-huh.
You don't really know what it means.
Maybe it's
You
just
can see
stupid.
much. I may not have seen much, cousin,
But she can see
but
you.
I can see that.
I did not know
He was being
that she
horrible
knew,
to everyone.
that
He's
she
your
was a
cousin.
He's rude to Droid.
You owe him an apology.
No.
I'd rather be digested by a jackal-beast.
Good girl.
I wanted to live out way past Cthulhu when I was your age.
What happened?
I got older. Had to find some other adventures. Started
She's
chasing
dreaming
what
of adventures.
I don't want to be a senator.
Which is why you'll probably be one of the best.
Not even a real Organa.
You are a child. You are
An Organa in every way. One day this planet will look to you, Leiah.
in many ways for me.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to find you. I'm
She
glad you
will.
look. We will apologize.
Yes, Father.
Oh, cute.
I'll wait for you downstairs.
Hello, princess.
Why are you here?
Just waiting
Do you know him?
For what?
for you.
Eos! Hurry! Good girl. don't like that.
She needs you, Obi-Wan.
They know who she is? I mean, really?
We cannot let this become public. It would draw too much attention. Only you know how important she really is, Obi-Wan. If Leiah is
I
discovered...
can't leave here, Bale. My duty is to the
What
boy.
about your duty to his sister? She's as important as he is.
It's been 10 years.
And?
I'm not who I used to be.
They trust
Find
you.
someone else. She'll be better off.
They trust you, they need you. Come on. They are bounty hunters, you know. They took her because she's a girl of the senator, but they don't know who she is. They found him. Obi-Wan. You didn't harm him. You're not helping her.
She's headed for Dayu.
You should not have come.
He's desperate.
I'm not the man you remember.
Well, you're going to have to be.
I can't leave the boy.
This isn't about the boy, and you know it. It's the past. Move on. Be done with it. You couldn't save Anakin, but you can save her.
And what if I can't?
You will.
There is no one I trust more with my child than you. Please, old friend, one last fight.
Not the last one, but... You took her with you? Oh, good girl.
I'm not afraid of you.
Lola, did you hide? Oh no!
Lola!
How dare you?
My father will rescue me.
Your son, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Your saber. He said to the guy to bury it into the desert. You did. How do you know that it's right there?
You sure he's gonna come?
He fought beside her father during the war. He'll come.
Oh, you did
The
that?
Jedi will hunt himself. Well, you never know.
I did better than that. The music like that at the end, you know, to introduce the adventure. That's it, we're going for an adventure. He's back to be a Jedi. That's it. That was cool. That was a cool, really cool first episode. A lot because the first scenes, they were there to set up the mood. Like, this is not gonna be just, you know, funny and entertaining and stuff like that. Like, really, we are 10 years after the episode 3, which means that we are into a regime of terror, not only for the Jedis but also for all of the people who are threatened and were forced to obey and stuff like that. He introduced that also with what the senator was talking about, and that situation with all of these people being threatened, like, it's not only about the Jedis, it's about everything. So really, we're gonna be stressed during all of this season for Obi-Wan to be discovered, for the kids to be discovered and stuff like that. We're gonna be stressed for all of the Jedis in general to be discovered. We're gonna be stressed, we're gonna be in tension and all of that for villains to come, villains that we know to come, stuff like that. They set up the mood really great with these first scenes. And after that, you know, all of the situation with Obi-Wan, it was great to repeat these actions again and again. not into a short time, you know, they could have repeated that action of him going to work, him taking that train, him going to his aunt, checking on Luke and stuff like that. They could have done that a lot and at the same time to make a certain montage, you know, of that to show us that he has really that routine, that it's boring, that he's forced to hide himself and stuff like that. They could have done that like that and it wouldn't have been great, but they did it all along the episode to show us also his evolution, the fact that it's changing with stuff happening. It's really to show us also that he lost hope, he lost faith, that he's haunted by what happened with all of these nightmares, that he's really trying to hide himself, hide who he is, forget who he is, and he's succeeding also in a way. Because he lost faith, because he lost hope, he's succeeding to hide himself, like to not help that young Jedi, to not respond at first to that demand of help, you know. Before that, he would have gone instantly to harm them. Before that, he would have helped that Jedi instantly. Right there, no. Because he has to hide himself, because he has only one mission, to keep an eye on Luke. It's great also to have something about Luke, to see him, even if we are really far from him. The fact that the story is not going to be about him, Obi-Wan just checking on him and having adventures on his own on Tatooine and stuff like that, it's in fact logical with the fact that Luke, his childhood was not disturbed, so it's logical that it's going to be something else. And I knew, you know, I read the synopsis, I knew that it was 10 years after the episode 3, I knew that Obi-Wan was checking on Luke, and I knew that Obi-Wan would have his own adventures. But I told you during the intro, I didn't make any researches and also I didn't know what adventures it would be and all. I knew with the trailer that we would have a river, that we would have something about that we would have something about the Jedis being hunted and all. But I didn't know that it would be with Leiah, you know, that story, that adventure. I didn't know that she was fully involved, like she was the reason of that mission, of that adventure. So it's so cool to see her, to see how she is right there as a little girl, but to have also her being so involved into it. It's really, oh, it's so cool. Because it's gonna bring also something to the show, like we're gonna have a Jedi, we're gonna have all of this context, we're gonna have political stuff, but also stressful stuff because of that context. We're gonna have all of the casting that we love being back and all, but we're gonna have also that kid, that funny stuff with her, you know, who is so stubborn and who is also a kid, you know, to have that aspect into the show, even more than the aspect of her being that girl, that little girl, Leiah, and the fact that we need also to hide who she truly is. Even more than that, you know, to have a girl, to have a funny thing, you know, with her into the show. She's gonna bring light, you know, into the show. She's gonna bring funny stuff into the show. So it's cool. Oh, it's so weird, and in a way it's so cool to really talk about the big story. I don't know how to say it in another way, like the two trilogies. It's so cool to have something about it and to touch it, to do something with it. Like, in a way it's almost weird because I have the impression to see something that I'm not supposed to see. I have the impression that they touch, you know, to the mystic story of this universe, you know, of the Star Wars universe. And after watching shows like The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett, right there, you know, to have one show about that story, that mystic story, the big story and all, it feels weird, it feels almost like it's forbidden a little to see it, to touch it, and on another hand, it feels logical to have that part of the story, to see what is happening. Like, are you sure that we can see it, that we can discover it? It's really well done. I mean, how it's introduced and all of that setup, I talked about it, but it's really well done. Also, the story, how it's presented for Obi-Wan, for sure, I talked about it, the fact that we can see all of his boring routine hidden routine, and the fact that we can see that his character is into that mood at the beginning and at the end is choosing to help, and also because he's beginning to be sad, mad, like he knows that his routine, you know, that his life right there is wrong also, like if he needs to help, he has to help. We have that, you know, a little at the end also. So for the story, for how it's done, how it's written, but also for the character, Obi-Wan, it's great, and he's really the main character. It's said like that, but we're gonna have also other characters, secondary characters, which are gonna be interesting and great. I'm talking about Reva for sure, but I'm talking also about Leiah. That's gonna be really cool. But it's great also for how it's filmed, how it's done, because we have all of the marks, you know, of Star Wars show for sure, but also of the trilogy. Not only because we have the characters and we have that story, but also for how it's done. Like, that was something that I felt for The Mandalorian, but also, you know it, for the Book of Boba Fett. All of this environment, you know, this musical environment that we can have with a Star Wars product. We have it right there, but it's not too pushed, it's not too much, like they are not putting everything already into this first episode like they did, and it was a little bad for the Book of Boba Fett. They know that they have something great and they don't feel the need, the necessity to push it too much with too much music, you know, already epic music during the first episode. No, we have interesting music already to finish. For example, this episode with that particular music to tell us that that's it, we're going for the story and that's it, Obi-Wan is back as a Jedi. They did it in a subtle way and it's really cool and it's really clever and it's not too much and it's not too pushed, and they did it really in a clever way. And I was afraid of that, you know, I was afraid that they only have one season, it's a spin-off, they only have a certain number of episodes, you know, so I was afraid of them pushing stuff too much in each episode, like the music, the action moments, the pictures also. I was afraid that they would want to do too much, like to really show everything already, to go for it because they want to go for it and they want to satisfy the fans. Like, I was afraid of it. I wanted them to go really with the movies and to continue like that, to be clever, to be subtle, and to satisfy the fans also, but also to be logical with the story and the characters. So that's why I really love that first episode, because they're reassuring me, like I'm relieved. I know that they're gonna do good stuff for sure, entertaining stuff for sure, but I know also that they're gonna be logical and that they're gonna write something interesting and fun, but also something clever. And for someone like me who is really paying attention to that, you know, to have good stories, okay, but to have things done, you know, in a logical way and really to progress like that and to not begin already like that. To have also good developments for characters, and right there we have such a good introduction of Obi-Wan, how he's feeling right now, and the fact that he's beginning to change a little at the end, but also all of that to be done on screen, you know, in a clever way. It's cool, it's so cool. Oh, I'm glad, I'm so glad. Maybe I was more afraid than I thought, you know, of them going too far, too much, too pushed. Maybe a little because of the Book of Boba Fett. So now I'm really glad that, no, they're gonna do it right. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. I'm relieved. I did not know that I was that afraid. Oh, Leiah, yes, I was not expecting. I mean, I thought that maybe we could see her. I was wishing for that, but I didn't know that the entire story would be around her, you know. Maybe not really, like right there, we needed to have her to introduce that mission that Obi-Wan is gonna have, but maybe in fact we can really spend at least 2 or 3 episodes without seeing her, really without being with her. Because we need Obi-Wan to go out of this planet and to meet people, to make allies, to search for her and stuff like that. So it's gonna take time before really these two meeting and also Obi-Wan really beginning his mission. Do you understand what I mean? So maybe in fact we can have Leiah back only in a few episodes. But it's a cool, really, that she's a part of this story. And it's a trap. And you don't know how much it's a trap. Like, you kidnapped that girl because she's a girl of a senator. Okay, but not only to have money. No, because you know that Obi-Wan is really close from her dad and you know that he's gonna ask for Obi-Wan's help, so you want to make a trap for that, for Obi-Wan. I didn't expect that. It's clever and it's gonna function. You don't know how much because you don't know who Leiah is. Are we gonna see the face of young Luke before the end? I know that the story is not about him, and again, it's logical with his story, with what is gonna happen later. It hurts, you know, to see Obi-Wan talking like that about the Jedi, about the fact that it's over. You know, to see him being not lost, because in fact he's not lost, he knows what he wants and what he doesn't want, but to see him without face, to see him giving up like that, really to see him also pushing that Jedi away, it hurts. This is not the Obi-Wan that we know, that we love, so it hurts. But really, you were dedicated to that surveillance of Luke. You were trying to help also, not only to be a guardian, but to be also an helper. But Owen didn't want that. For him, you know, to have that role. Like, you gave me that kid, he's my kid now, I'm gonna take care of him, you have to let us alone. Maybe also Owen was afraid of Obi-Wan putting them in danger, you know. I'm gonna watch the second episode right now for you guys. It's gonna be on another day, on another video. If you appreciated this reaction video, remember that you have my Patreon to support me for sure, but also if you want an extended reaction part of that video, you can come on my Patreon. And also to have these videos sooner. I think that for the 2 first episodes it's only gonna be sooner during the day, but maybe for the next episodes, you know, it's gonna be even sooner, like 1 day earlier or 2 days earlier, if you can be interested by that for the next episodes. Okay, it's all for you for today, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye. We're back.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.